Hello, America. This is Call of Duty Goddess. Today is February 12th, 2016. I have noticed a disturbing trend in our congressional system for years, and how Congress actually manipulates the system, how much control they have to manipulate the system, and I think I've finally found the opportunity to do that, and I'm so excited about this. In a morbid kind of way, I guess. Anyway, this is an article from Reuters, February 4th, 2016. I'm going to read a little bit of it to you. The U.S. Justice Department is considering legal changes to combat what it sees as a rising threat from domestic anti-government extremists. Senior officials told Reuters, even as it steps up efforts to stop Islamic State-inspired attacks at home. Extremist groups motivated by a range of U.S.-born philosophies. Let me read that again. Extremist groups motivated by a range of U.S.-born philosophies present a clear and present danger. John Carlin, the Justice Department's Chief of National Security, told Reuters in an interview. Based on recent reports and the cases we are seeing, it seems like we are in a heightened environment. Over the past year, the Justice Department has brought charges against domestic extremist suspects accused of attempting to bomb U.S. military bases, kill police officers, and firebomb a school and other buildings in a predominantly Muslim town in New York State. But federal prosecutors tackling domestic extremists still lack an important legal tool they have used extensively in dozens of prosecutions against Islamic State-inspired suspects, a law that prohibits supporting designated terrorist groups. Carlin and other Justice Department officials declined to say if they would ask Congress for a comparable domestic extremist statute or comment on what other changes they may pursue to toughen the fight against anti-government extremists. Well, they declined to say it, but I would say, yeah, they did get to Congress, and let me show you how. This is the S-2517 bill to combat terrorist use of social media act of 2016. It was introduced on February 9th by Representative Ron Johnson, a senior senator from Wisconsin, and he is a Republican. Now, this GovTrack also gives you the text of the bill. You can read it all, and it gives you a prognosis of when a bill is brought up, what are the chances of it being enacted. This law has only a 32% chance of being enacted, okay? This is part of the trend that I see. Now, I just saw Mark Connors did a report on this in Ohio about this Muslim terrorist ISIS extremist person going in and trying to stab a bunch of people. So let's watch this. This is from Mark Connors' news channel, YouTube channel.
Well, I'd like for you to take a look at our witnesses. Check this out.
Police in Ohio in its investigation of a violent attack that took place at a Columbus restaurant last night. A man who was armed with a machete went on a rampage inside a restaurant, injuring at least 4 people before police shot and killed him. CBS News is reporting that the man has ties to Somalia and had traveled to the Middle East within recent years. Now police say, thanks to quick thinking by eyewitnesses, officers were able to track down that suspect quickly. Our Matt Finn is live in Chicago with the latest details. And do we know anything more about the man
Do we know anything more? Please tell us.
Well, Heather, Fox is working to independently confirm the identity of this guy, but as far as the restaurant goes, we know this Mediterranean restaurant is described as being typically busy on a Thursday night. There's live music, but last night, folks who were enjoying themselves were suddenly attacked by this man with a machete. Witnesses say the unidentified attacker walked into the Nazareth restaurant and deli and apparently had a conversation with an employee, then left.
I want to hear the witnesses.
Later, the suspect returned. He approached a man and a woman at a table near the door, and that's
I want to hear, and I want to see the witnesses, please. Are they coming up here? You guys, you're watching theconnersreport.com. This is...
And started...
There you go.
...beating up on a man, and I thought it was a
Oh my God, who is that? Who the hell is that? You've got to be freaking kidding me. Again? It's her again? It's her again?
Out, but I kept...
Okay, this lady is, Mark Connors believes it, and I've seen it. She's a crisis actress. Now, are you getting where I'm going with this? February 4th, okay. DOJ wants to get some laws in place to help them combat ISIS, so to speak. So you see the S-2517 Combat Terrorist Use of Social Media Act of 2016, okay? You have a crisis actor out there in Ohio. Now, I'm not saying whether it's true or not. I'm saying I see a trend. I've seen it for years, and I believe this is what Congress uses to pass laws because of a huge land grab. Obama is trying to seize even more land, okay? This is from teaparty.org. I hate it that it's not dated, but it's been within the last couple days. President Obama will roll out new protections for 1.8 million acres of land in Southern California's desert, designated it as a trio of national monuments. The new monuments will almost double the amount of land Obama has set aside for conservation. It brings the total land and water Obama has unilaterally protected under the Antiquities Act to about 265 million acres, far more than any other previous president. The three new monuments, dubbed Mojave Trails National Monument, Sand to Snow National Monument, and Castle Mountains National Monument, will connect 3 existing protected areas and 15 designated wilderness areas, creating the world's second largest preserve. I wonder how many ranchers and farmers will lose their ranches and farms out of this. So do you see where I'm getting at? Let's wrap it up. Let's go over this. Here we have the land grab that's going on. Now, because of what's happened at Moyer Wildlife Refuge, okay, they know farmers aren't going to stand for this. They see people are standing up. They see people turning off their TVs, okay? And then you see in Congress, the Senate is talking in Congress about enacting a new law. So, you know, social media, you can't use social media to spread the word, okay? With the Combat Terrorist Use of Social Media Act of 2016. Then you got crisis actors. Now, I'm going to call it, and we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I would say within a month or two, depending on when this land grab really starts to kick in, we're going to start seeing so-called ISIS extremists, the boogeyman, committing more and more terrorist acts all around the country within the next month or two. Watch, mark my words. They use this. This is how they enact bills. This has happened since 9/11. And I'm telling you, you need to sign up for GovTrack and you'll be able to put these pieces together as well. This is very easy to see what's going on. It's more of a land grab. They know Americans, ranchers, are getting more and more angry. Social media is kicking butt. We are winning the fight. We are winning hearts and minds with social media to get the truth out there despite what's on Fox News and on your television. And they're going to try to do whatever they can to squash this. I suggest you sign up for GovTrack. It tells you how to call Congress. It'll give you wording on how to do it. You can write Congress. You need to get with your local authorities, especially if you live in the western states. You need to pound them. Pound them. Don't stop. Get your voice heard. Get your voice heard. You need to go out. You need feet on the ground protesting out there. You need to call. You need to do whatever you can to stop this because it's on steroids and it's not going to stop. It will not stop. We are being attacked by our government, and it's my belief fully that it's no longer our government because I've been calling, doing things since 2009, but when we got out en masse in DC and in the areas that it mattered the most, boy, they perked up. They tried to ignore us, but they couldn't. And when we get out there en masse and are heard as a group, a huge, big group, then things start to happen. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Maybe you can start tracking this and seeing this trend as well. But mainly, be aware, get out there, speak out, let your voice be heard. Don't be shy, don't be afraid, don't be bashful. It is your right. It is your duty. It is your duty. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough. This is Call of Duty Goddess signing off, and as always, I've got your 6.